Hey guys, it is Smoked Alive, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. And we are going to be going over my brow tutorial. Take number 555,000 trillion billion. Can I just put this out here? I've been having the hardest time filming lately. Like, it's been really hard. And I'm really trying, but ever since the new house, it's like, I don't know, I've just been so off, like, my motivation and like my ability. I've been sitting here for probably an hour and a half trying to film this intro. I actually had to have my husband end up leaving the house because I couldn't even film with him in the household. I don't know what my deal is, but I'm kind of having a meltdown. And I just wanted to get that off my chest and be honest so I can breathe and try to film this for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for listening to my rant. It is Smoked Alive, and we are going to be going over my brow tutorial. But before we begin, I just want to go over the 4 key steps to keeping your brows nice and beautiful. So step number 1 is going to be waxing and grooming. If you do invest in this, it's going to be about every 3 to 4 weeks, and you're going to be investing about $20 a month or every 3 to 4 weeks. So the reason I choose to wax is because it's better for the hair. It prevents the hair from growing back, and you can also pick the exact shape and definition that you want for your face. The reason I choose to do that over plucking is because plucking actually just pulls the hair out rather than actually helping it to prevent from growing back. It's not as good on the hair. It grows back thicker and darker, and it's also a lot harder to get the shape you want when you're just pulling like 3 little hairs at once. So the most important step in the entire planet Earth is waxing your brows. You just need to. I'm telling you, it will change your life. So step number 2 is going to be your products. So the first one I recommend for any dirty blonde and or platinum blondes is going to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pomade in the shade Blonde. Now, if you do purchase this one, they have plenty of other colors, so you can, all you dark hair girls can do that too. But so what this is this is a pomade, and what it does is it really adheres to the skin. So it's really good for people that are gonna want a prominent brow. They're gonna want a brow that's gonna last all day, that's gonna be budge proof, and it's just gonna be kind of like putting on eyeliner, but for your eyebrows. So that's this guy here, and I love it. And so my second product is going to be the MAC Fluidline in Dip Down. Dip down, dip brow, dip down, dip brow. So this is like a really dark chocolate brown, and I actually use this one more so than the Anastasia one. And the reason why is because I really like this consistency, and you can get like the darkest, most intense brows on the entire planet Earth. And this is actually eyeliner. So for any girls that are wanting that like prominent, intense brow that's gonna last all day, that's not gonna budge, that's gonna go on super seamlessly, this is the way to go. Love this guy. And for all my natural ladies out there that don't want to do a ton but just want to be able to put a little bit in their brows and go, I'm going to recommend the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I don't have that on me because I don't own one, but I have used it and it's incredible. And so what it is just a brow pencil, and you can just pencil in your brows and just fill it in and you're good to go. But any brow pencil will work. But another one I also recommend is the Benefit Brow Zing. This one's really good for traveling because it comes in a case like this. And then if you open it up, it's going to have a wax and a powder. You can tell I use this all the time. I used this a lot when I first started doing my brows. It really helped me learn how to do my brows, and it's pretty mess proof. So if you just do the powder, it's going to be super light, but if you mix it in with the wax, it's actually going to make the powder sticky and stick to your brows more, but it's still going to be really natural. So step number 3 is going to be your tools and brushes. The first brush you absolutely need is a spoolie, and it looks like a mascara wand. So what this is going to do is it's actually going to comb your brows, and it's going to take the excess product off your brows to not make it as cakey or too thick, and it's really just going to buff out any harsh lines that you may do. The second brush you are going to need is the Anastasia Beverly Hills number 15. As you can tell, she is the brow queen. She's just incredible. She makes the best brow products. Like, you will not go wrong if you buy her products. So this is going to be the main utensil for your brows. It's what you're going to fill them in with. It's what you're going to outline them with. It's the main one. If you're going to do anything, you have to have this one. Next brushes you're going to need are concealer brushes. And I actually have these in my must-have brushes. So this is going to be the Sedona Lace 954. And if you've not seen that video, I'll go ahead and link it below. So this one is going to carve out the brows to make them stand out. The second concealer brush that I recommend you can pick between is going to be the MAC 2112, which is a completely flat brush. And last but not least, step number 4 is going to be concealer. My favorite concealer is the MAC Prolong. That is going to be the 4 steps to keeping amazingly looking brows. It is going to be waxing, your product, your tools, and your concealer. Those are the 4 things that you will need to have brows. Alright, so if you are interested in seeing how I personally do mine, let's get started. Well, hello there. So close and personal. So we are going to start with brushing the brows, making sure that they are all nice and groomed. So keys to brows is to start out light and then go in heavy. You can always add more later, but it's really hard to subtract. You're actually going to start filling in back here. Do not bring the product all the way up to the front of the brow. You're going to start a little bit in and draw your line. So here you're just really mapping out your brow. You're mapping out where you want it to be. So I personally like it to go up, so I bring it all the way up into the hair. I stop. And then I'm gonna bring it down and follow the tail. So now I have a really sharp line on the bottom. And don't worry if it's not perfect, because you're going to go in and fix that. So we're just going to take a little bit more, and you're going to do the same thing on the top. But I always start a little bit further in than I did on the bottom. And you're really creating that shape. So right now I have 2 really thick lines, and that's all good because we're gonna fill those in. So what you wanna do is you wanna make sure your arch is exactly how you want it. So if you wanna make it a little higher, this is the time to do it. And your goal with your brows, the tail, you're gonna want this to connect. First, you're gonna go in with your bottom line, go all the way down, and then you're gonna go on the top. And then right after you're done with your arch, you're gonna wanna connect the top and bottom line together so you don't make the tail any thicker. When you're done with that, you go in with filling them in. At first, I don't add any excess product. I just start blending in the product that is already on my brows. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna wanna blend the front to the back. But you're gonna want the front to have as less product as possible. It's gonna get dark to light, it's gonna go light to dark. So you're gonna start filling this in. And grab excess product as you need it. So once that is done and you got a decent shape that you want, you're gonna go in with your concealer and you're gonna carve it out and then you're gonna fill it in again. I look pretty crazy right now, like pretty, pretty crazy, but trust me, once you get all your makeup on and everything, you're good to go. And also I'm gonna show you a natural brow on this side. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start at the front of the brow. And see what I'm doing is I'm following the natural shape of my brow. And what this does is it cleans up any excess lines that you messed up on, and it's also gonna give you a highlight for when you put your eyeshadow on later on. So once you have that line how you want it, just go ahead and blend it out. I personally blend mine down like this, all the way onto the brow bone. And once you're done with the bottom, you're gonna go and do the same exact thing you did on the bottom on the top. So if you can see, I have a really thick white line there. Again, you're just gonna blend this up. And so I like to do, after I have the highlight there, because you can see it, I actually add more and further down and further up top. And the reason why is because once I go on my foundation, it actually highlights this entire area, and that's actually a part of highlighting and contouring. So as you can see, I look pretty freaking crazy right now. But just trust me, this all gets blended in eventually. So after that step, I go back over my brows one more time to make sure everything is seamlessly blended in. Alrighty, there you have it. This is my personal brow routine. I know some of you guys were asking for it. This is it. It's actually pretty simple, but it does take some practice, so I would recommend doing it like when you're just chilling and you don't have anywhere to go. Because the first couple times I did it, it was a little bit crazy. Now, as some of you may have noticed when I was doing my brows, there is some excess hairs going on down here. So the reason why is because when I'm drawing my line, I actually don't want to make the tail any thicker. And so I go up, skip those little amounts of hair, and once I'm done with my concealer, I will go in and kind of fill that in just a little bit, because the concealer can make it look less harsh and less intense. So it's like they're still being filled in there, but it's not as prominent as if I would have done it at the beginning. So that is why there's little excess hairs here at the bottom. So now you see that they're all filled in. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope you learned something and there was something for both types of women and both types of makeup ideas that you want to do, and then plenty of product information. So yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and comment down below and I would be so happy to answer any of them. Thank you so much for watching.